Welcome back to Disco Elysium, where I just loaded back before going to the door to see if we can get a day 2 debrief by just going onto the balcony. That's a thing I wanted to check, as we didn't get a debrief by going to the other one.
Yes?
I want to talk about you. Huh. Okay. So, nothing there. Waste of time. Of yours and mine. Good. Can I do that now?
Yes.
No. Okay. Then there's another thing that I wanted to try out. There was a park bench in the front that I remember my character wanted to visit alone. This one it is. You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache. Ah, okay, that's a waiting mechanic. Okay. Good that I quick saved so that I can't load back into the whirling. So, we're ending the day. Go to sleep. The bed is still cold from the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep. This time it seemed to work.
Here we are again, my broken bird. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself. You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot, because of the pain.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately. Every cell in your body is moaning in agony, asking, what did we ever do to you? I'm sorry, Cells, it's all me, it's my fault.
Now, you're finally thinking about something other than yourself. Let's see how far that'll get you.
I think I need medical attention.
Oh, yes. They'll check you out, give you some pills, make it all okay. The Wonder Makers.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening. They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to God it passes. while you stare at the flickering darkness.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people, really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves, a great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights, blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts. You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
But it never seems to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Open your eyes. I wanted to read the book in the evening. I still have a book here. Yeah. Do I reload to read the book? Yeah. I would have never forgotten to read a book in the night. That's not like me. I'm always reading books before going to bed. And this condemns our detective, Harry, to do the same. Or Firewalker, or what was the name? There was some weird made-up name he gave himself, like Cousteau? Was the last one of those? No, that's from one of the books, I think. Oh, whatever. Go into my room. Be ready to go to sleep. And read the book. So we have the mug, the bells, the tattoos, the book, the map. What was that? Offside copy is still here, okay. No. A book from A to Zreek, a guide to cockatoos. A book about different cockatoo species and their behavioral problems. Perhaps it could also offer some insight into your own often problematic actions. The spectacular, major, majestic cockatoo eyes you from the cover. A cockatoo is a parrot with an erectile crest, found on the Samonin Islands and in southern Face à la Mer. Face à la Mer. Known for their intelligence and in general precociousness, cockatoos are popular birds in aviculture. However, they often exhibit various behavioral issues. Okay, what more? This book talks about the delicate nature of toos as well as introducing some of the most popular species among the bird enthusiasts, the funeral cockatoo, the major majestic cockatoo, and the most common bang-bang cockatoo. It's colorfully illustrated. What problems do these birds have? Where to even begin? All cockatoos are known for their needy natures, requiring attention for at least 2 full hours a day. They love to talk and have been described as lovable clowns who just don't know how to wrap up. I could handle that. It would be nice to have someone to talk to when feeling lonely. Pet owners also report moodiness, loudness, and hostility as reoccurring issues. If left unsatisfied, cockatoos may scream non-stop, pluck their feathers, or become aggressive. Right, that's pretty bad. Anything else? It's recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food is not recommended to get a cockatoo if you're not able to cook them food every day and give them the full care that they need. These birds will never understand that you have a life of your own. Yes, but there has to be something great about cockatoos as well. You're right, cockatoos are magnificent creatures. They love to perform, cuddle and show off, and will even scream for fun, often as loud as up to 135 decibels. That's loud. That's like airplane loud. That must hurt. Not great for the neighbors. Performing? Yes, birdie. Read about the funeral cockatoo. This is a yellow-tailed black-roach cockatoo, black cockatoo, not black-roach. Its specific name, Psittacus funereus, relates to its dark and somber plumage. This bird looks as if dressed for a funeral 24/7. There's something indisputably ominous about it. Read about the major majestic cockatoo. Perhaps the most impressive of all the species, the endangered major majestic cockatoo is often described as the most flamboyant bird in the jungle. Its pink-colored wings and following crest embellishing its proud and bumptious nature. In the words of poet-explorer Sir James Fournier, few birds more enliven the monotonous use of the verdant forest than this big, bold and beautiful species. It must be glorious to behold, dark pink and snow white. Read about the most common bang-bang cockatoo. Despite its banging name, the bang-bang cockatoo is actually the shyest of the species, common in almost all Siminine forest. As well as zoos and homes all over the world, its plumage is mainly grey and white. The Siminese name Bang Bang is thought to be of onomatopoeic origins. I think that is if you name a thing after a thing it does. Like if you have someone being the Smith in town and he changes his name to Smith, for example. I think that's that. Honestly, this bird does sound a bit like me. Yes, but all these cockatoo species are so different. Which one are you? Only the funeral cockatoo in its darkness can truly grasp the depth of my doom-laden soul. I have my heretic bird, yay! You're right, your Psittacus funereus embodied. This ominous bird belongs on your heraldry. And I did find my herald bird, which was a quest that was given to me, but I can't see it here. There. Okay. I think that did nothing but a bit of good flavor text. But now we're going to sleep again. And I can skip through all of this for you.
Here we are. It's your disgusting body. Even through yours now. You're finally thinking about...
Oh,
Don't be...
you're just stuck here. In the half-world. Sure you do.
What do you...
Let it...
But it never seems to let you go, does it?
Okay, and now we are rising again. Can we please? We take a while. I like our new. I think we don't need that thing anymore. We can instead take the pry bar. You will be waiting downstairs for me so I can try out Glacia now. Because I wanted to talk about, to her about something in private. Private. With W. I'm sorry. This will happen much. It's a common problem with Germans trying to speak English. to say W instead of V. You'll have to get used to that. It's not so bad, I think.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Now that Kim isn't here, let's talk about Sunday night. Ah yes, the night before I saw you in the hallway and reminded you you're a police officer. It's one of the first things I remember doing in Elysium. Wow, she nods. Elysium. You don't hear that term often. She's a glib girl, but she liked the wording. Did you hear something Sunday night from my room? There was the usual ruckus, loud disco music. Did I have any visitors? I can't say, probably not. Sounded like you were flying solo. You mentioned loud disco music? Oh yes, various artists, ostentatious orchestration prime among them. She arches her eyebrow, waiting for it to connect with you. Oh that, yahoo! The less said about OO, the better. OO were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course, like 7. Life gets hard, she says, half singing. But we go on. I've no... Ah, this is a double quotation mark, okay. Life gets hard, but we go on. It mostly just gets hard, doesn't it? It would appear so. At around 2 o'clock the disco stopped and there was a change of pace. What happened? A slow, sad song started playing like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time you were yelling along to it. Was I singing this? Show her the empty case of the smallest church in Saint-Cyr. Cyan. Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church, like the smallest Saddest church in the whole world. It was about that, and also that it doesn't matter anymore, and that we are alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a wounded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you're singing on top of it. Then what happened? Then you started screaming and trashed the place. Are you sure I wasn't being assaulted? No, it didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like someone was trashing their room. The window was smashed, the tape player probably, the song stopped, and furniture too. A real destructathon. There was screaming, then I think you passed out. Was there anything else? There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then, around 4 or 5. And that was it. Thank you. Okay. Everything else how's the chance on volition?
Hello, officer.
Low. Okay.
What brings you up here?
Everything else we do together with Kim. Now that we tried the 2 things where we needed Kim to be away. Not there. There. Good that I remembered that. Let me remind me what I am thinking about. About Jamais Vu. 48 minutes. Okay. Ah. Okay. After 21. Oh. More rectangle, guys. Okay, Kim is joining me. These are 2 more rectangle guys. Let's talk to them. Long hair. Horse-faced woman. The woman in the RCM patrol officer's uniform winces as she notices you.
I would really prefer not to talk to you right now.
As Lieutenant Kitsuragi explained, a patrol officer is the lowest rank in the RCM below lieutenant and sergeant. I'm on a murder investigation. Are you the cavalry?
I'm definitely not the cavalry.
You're a patrol officer?
Yes, I am.
I'm a cop too.
No.
Here's the real deal.
It's hard to tell whether he's sarcastic or sincere, but if you had to guess, you would say the lieutenant is being sarcastic. Is everything alright? Why don't you want to talk to me?
I don't know. I mean, why would I want to talk to you?
Have I wronged you? I've done that to a lot of people.
No, you haven't wronged me. It's okay.
Something changes in her. It's pity. Pity comes over her.
Fine. Let's talk. What did you want?
What does one talk about with a fellow officer? What precinct are you from? Fucking deranged. God, he doesn't know. There's a man with sunglasses? That one, okay. Fucking deranged lunatic. The sunglass-wearing man pushes through his teeth. You're getting an intellectually unsatisfying vibe from this conversation. Maybe you're doing something wrong. You're the police, right? Good, so am I. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything, Judith. My name is Judith. What are you doing here? I'm just looking out for... You? No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses and you are... A policewoman. Yes. A policewoman who just wants to do her job, that's all. They were sent to look after me from Precinct 41.
You look like shit.
Your rough-edged face reflects from the man's
I don't
sunglasses.
mean that as a metaphor.
The last couple of days have been
Oh,
rough.
don't be so modest. We are looking at several months worth of damage here. Kind of a miracle you're still up and at it, to be honest.
Come on, Jean. It looks like it's been a rough week on him.
Jean and Judith.
It's not just this week. What do you want?
There's something about this guy that matches with a face in your head. A similar but different face. He might be wearing a disguise. Ah, maybe I can recognize that voice. Cool shades, are you wearing a disguise? Yes, it's a hobby of mine, he looks at you inquisitively. As if waiting for some kind of reaction or response, something to click. It's not happening though. Who is this guy? Kim, who is he? I'm not getting involved in this. It's not my style, he thinks, glancing at the man in sunglasses and the women beside him. Oh boy, they're mad at him. No wonder, he just doesn't recognize them. Got some questions for you. I'm a cop. About what? You know what you look like? Like a man down on his luck? I'm trying real hard here, man. Oh, well, go solve your case then. That would count as trying hard.
Again, I can't believe this shit.
Let's try this. There's something strange about this guy. Figure it out. The uniform, it's the 41 uniform. Oh, or it's we read about that, the moral intern uniform. I'm safe scumming this. I want to remember him. I think he might be
Again,
my former partner.
Shit.
You know what it is. It's like the two of you know each other. Just ask him. Tell me the truth. Do I know you from somewhere? Do you know me from somewhere? Oh, I definitely know you from somewhere. Another life. From where? From another life. Yes, from another life. A different life. Maybe the life of a police officer belonging to the ranks of the Precinct 57. What station do you think you would belong in this alternate and total fictional reality? 57? 9? I'm 41, he's 57. Have another guest. 41. Okay, that's plausible. That's entirely plausible. Now we're really getting somewhere. He gives you a long, meaningful look and acts somewhere good. Let's talk about that hypothetical station 41 you mentioned. Oh, the hypothetical 41. Yeah, let's fantasize about that. I'm not busy, you're not busy, let's just play around. So what would our relationship be in this alternate universe? Let's be crazy, let's say you and I are partners. Ha! He's Vandermeer, something like that. How's that for a thought experiment? You seem like a cool guy. I'd love to have you as my partner. Would you know, or would I be cramping your style? Never mind, partner. Actually, I shouldn't have called you my partner. Kim's my partner, he's going to know. I'm not your partner. This union is temporary. A little premonition for you, Lieutenant. Sooner or later, probably sooner, your new friend tells you he doesn't need you. He will then suggest you should fuck off. When that happens, I suggest you take his advice. The Lieutenant merely bows his head in response. Do you have a crime to solve? Oh, no. You see, I enjoy watching other, better cops solve crimes, and let me tell you, it's been quite a privilege seeing you work. This isn't helping, she says, shaking her head and looking at the man with sunglasses disapprovingly. Who else are in your imaginary police station? You're not going to believe this, but police officers. Yes, sir, solving crimes, locking up bad guys, and get this, and not getting their drinks on at 2 o'clock. Just some regular boring motherfuckers in suits and uniforms, nothing spectacularly extravagant like you, the far-out son of Lung. Who's the far-out son of Lung? Oh, it's you eccentric genius. He winks at you sarcastically. I mean, with your unorthodox approach to police work, it has to be you. Want to tell me more about him or her? Not even a little bit. It's an urban myth about an officer who is so far undercover he can't remember who he is. As I said, just an urban myth. You are not the son of Lung. He's trying to protect you from further rough handling dashed out by the sunglassed man. Okay, oh yes? Okay, yes? You get the joke, leave it at that. Can't imagine it anymore. Neither can I, partner, neither can I. His grey eyes suddenly flash above the glass frames. They feel sad. It's a mere second, but it feels like you saw something, a gram of compassion in that sadness. Now will you answer some questions for me? No. Why not? Because it's not my job. Why don't you go and fucking do yours and solve the damn thing? If you don't want to answer questions, maybe you want to hear me say things. Actually, I don't want to hear you say things. Come on, Gene. Okay, say things. He adopts a lighter tone. I want to hear you say things. Hear that? He wants to hear you say things. Say one. Suddenly, out of nowhere, case-related things start popping up in your head. I have a little problem. The person who was hanged is still hanging there. I still haven't taken him down. You're not shitting me, Mullen. I can smell it all the way here. The whole town stinks. We're getting to it. There have been complications. Wait. Can you help? I would love to, but I'm busy fucking off and not cramping your style. And that might cramp it, you see. Helping you. Hey, why am I even telling you these things? I don't know. Why are you? Who knows why we do the things we do? Somehow bouncing those ideas off the man with sunglasses felt calming, like you've done it before. Oh my god, there's more. You want something more. What is it? Let's talk about the hanged man again. I'm doing this investigation. A man is hanged. So, do you know who hanged him? Not yet. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, why am I even telling you this? See you around. Watch out for yourself, loser. That voice, so very familiar. Did you hear it when calling to your station reporting your badge missing? Wait, your voice. I recognize it. Oh really? I wonder where. I lost my badge recently. When I called in to report it missing, you were there. That's the where you remember me from? I have a bit of memory trouble. You don't say. Goodbye then. The voice thing was a coincidence. Run along, asshole. Okay, the man with the sunglasses and his hypothetical Station 41. Weird, right? I guess it was kind of weird, yes. There's something we're missing here, something you can't put our finger on. You know what? Just ask him. I know it sounds crazy and you'll probably get laughed at, but still. I was thinking the same thing. I should just ask him if we're from the same station. Yes, just cross it off the list. It's probably not true though. It's not true? He already confirmed that.
Again, I can't believe this shit.
Look, I just have to ask, are we from the same police station? I'm going to say no. Just to see what you say to that. What do you say? Okay. Okay. Yeah, he said okay, give it a rest. Okay was clearly wrong. He was a firefighter, male nurse, animal control agent, something of that kind. Not a cop. Go on with your cop work. Don't let me stop you again. And I got 5 experience for disproving a thing that I proved already? Okay, let's talk to this guy again, as he's right here.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Glacier says she wasn't raped. Fuck. The big man's eyes and brains bulge. I knew that fucking war couldn't be trusted. You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious, no more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed. For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly satisfy the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her. Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea. She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. She doesn't fucking trust you.
Yes, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track. Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth. Lawman, I'm at the very end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her, and you went and pushed her. Something breaks in him. He takes a step closer and says, I'm going to fucking... Titus Hardy. Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood? When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension, the second in command. Look, Copper! The tattooed man snaps his fingers to get your attention. We know that fact was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to MT. He turns to Titus, who still is breathing heavily. What the harm, right? Here, little jerkwort. He slams an audio tape on the table. Listen to this shit and then come back and tell me the soldier of Apocalypse was an innocent man. This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to. What's on this tape? We call it the Door Gunner Mega Mix. You know why once you listen to it. Where did you get the tape? I think we get into this shit. Going to this shit deaf and dumb. URCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that. So you've bugged them. How? With machines, we're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff. Understood? You've listened to their communications. How long? Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing the advanced radio work then? It's not advanced. You just holed up in a cube all day, writing down what they say? It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man, you're like a radio genius or something. Those notes aren't some in-depth stuff, indexes and shit.
Where can I listen to this? I'm sure we can find a tape player that whispers.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius? Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
His voice echoes like thunder in the small room. I'm sure we can find a tape player, it's not a problem. Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. You don't care about evidence? The fuck are you a cop for then? Pigs, tea? They don't care about getting the truth, they care about getting convictions. They're fucking keeping score on their bulletin boards. He's so right. I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about. There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape. Listen to it and they'll have nothing to hide behind. That's enough for now. I'll get back to the investigation. Don't forget your tape, Lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy. Fine, I'll listen to it. I have the dog on a mega mix. You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday. And we finished the thought jamais vu. Ooh, creepy masks. Jamais vu, the opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having, and for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is the fundamental question. -1 encyclopedia, but +1 XP for every orb clicked. All int learning caps raised by 1. So I had to put a point in. I'm losing a point of encyclopedia, so I need to click 200 orbs to get to be zero, to be even on this. Okay, let's click orbs then. All int learning caps raised by 1. Okay, I'm definitely letting this be here. Ah, and these have now unlocked. We see new ones, so I think changing to the next day unlocked them. Also, we got the tape dog on a mega mix. A magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the mercenary task force radio communications recorded via de-encryption station. Not a good omen, requires a boombox to play. We also need a boombox for the karaoke quest. Did I look around? Oh, I think I didn't really look around in the pawn shop. I think the pawn shop is the place to look for boombox, because Kim doesn't have one in his car. We have to talk to these two lorry drivers next. But let's go to the pawn shop first. Oh, they're dock workers down there. But I will take care of them once we're done with everything north of the canal, I think. This is like yellowish. Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb. Oh yeah? Oh yeah, the print depicts a muzzled man striding towards you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words Yelmdal burning. Sniff it. Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. weren't cotton with a sight of flea market or trash bin. Sniffing is okay, says the shopkeep, but please don't try anything on. Can't you have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy? You're not imagining it. Photon emissions? What is he talking about? That's a rat man from Helmdall's t-shirt you've got there? Hell yeah, man, I don't usually carry printed tees, but this one was just such a pure exemplar. You must be a serious man from Helmdall fan. A fan? No, I wouldn't go that far, but I do think the Helmdallerman saga is an integral part of our shared reality. Most people don't think that the man from Helmdall really existed, but they're wrong. What did you mean? He's real? I mean, even if the man from Helmdall didn't exist before the invention of this, the series have made it so that he has. It's simple really. Okay. You sound skeptical. It's not that complicated. All that's required is a more robust understanding of cause and effect. Besides, I've been to Katla, though not quite as far north as the Helmdall, and watched the northern lights travel across the sky. Very unique, energetic tides there. His theory isn't exactly incoherent, but his logic does suggest some unusual neural activity. Interesting. Very, very unique energies indeed. Geomagnetic ley lines, one might even say. How much are you selling this t-shirt for? 2 real. That's dirt cheap. Couldn't you just give it to me for free then? But why? Because I'm a broke cop without a cent to my name? I sympathize, I do, but this is for a for-profit enterprise. Physical instrument and shivers. That's not bad. We can look at that again. Why is that yellow? Huh. No idea why that is yellow. So the other, that's a boombox up there, I think. So, sort of streetlight. A typical Martinez streetlight sits among the assorted foreign table lamps. Let your gaze run over the streetlight. The light pole has been carefully cut and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room. Is that a streetlight? Yes, officer, as you can see it's in perfect working order. Where did you get it? It was brought to me to be altered. We're not here to investigate this theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever that he's done with it. How much for the streetlight? 700 real. A bargain, I dare say. Even taking into account the risk of obtaining the light, that seems a bit steep. There's also the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago, and that makes it $700? No. And that over there. Knick-knack stand. You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table, some on horseback, others in racks, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back. Win her back? Yes, buy something nice, a figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. Inspect the knights on horsebacks. The big man on big horse is clad in lamellar armor and carrying flintlocks, the kind that would mow down a line of the enemy soldiers in the blink of an eye. Who are they? Franco-Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys, a long time ago. Blue uniforms. They're not all blue, these figures also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange trousers. They are variously posed, wielding swords and rifles. Wait, this looks like René, the old guy who was playing petanque. This is why the loyalist looked like, yes? Then they wisened up and got camouflage. Are these royalist soldiers? Which ones? Are those? Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but children like bright colors indiscriminately. Inspect the figures in racks. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols, some even shovels and tall sticks. Are these even soldiers? You mean probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers, revolutionary soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. It's meant to give people hope. Even we can do it. Maybe. He seems to have his own take on the conflict played out in perpetuity by these toys. Might be interesting to find out what it is. Let's look through my clothes. That's interfacing. Okay. Let's roll. Yes. Why, what's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say fawn. What's that? This is the Headless Fawn Rider. Who? The Headless Fawn Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the streets of Revachol sporting a fan tracksuit. As you can see, he's missing his hat. 50 cents. Bargain price. I throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it or something. That part of the story has many interpretations. Purchased for 50 cents centime if I want to. And we have the boombox. The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled, chipped, dented. They stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels. Stand on the tips of your toes to see more. One especially catches your eye, deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. This is you, gold and orange, a sunset suit. Just make sure it works before you buy it. Shopkeep, the Stereo 8 approved machine here is the Harman Wolfschi WO2 made in Vespa, designed in Seoul. Plays all rear-to-rear formats, 2, 8 and 12 millimeters. It's even got a little radio in there. I'll set you back 12 real. Are you sure this is all in working order? Absolutely, I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music. Can I get a discount on this boombox? A police discount? It's 12 real. Remember, he doesn't like music, he likes sound. The Dorgodana Megamix is his type of tape. Certainly he'll give you a discount if he knew you'd play something so experimental. I'm not just doing any police work, I've got the Dorgana Megamix here, an era-defining work. Let's do 4 real. He purses his lips. 4 real is offensively low, but just this once for the Musique Concrete Cop. Let's take it before he thinks through that. Let's take it for 4. And here you are, quality sound reproduction on the go. It will play anything, wherever, turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes. And we have a boombox. And then I can play that if I want to. Oh, I equip it. Okay, as a head item? Why is that? Ah, that's just the weird interface. Okay, that's too loud. I'm not having that here all the time, and also I'm not wearing the stupid gloves all the time. Okay, let's talk to him for a while.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
Do you have any recordings of the Koldomama Darkwa? Sorry, I would never have guessed that you were that interested in ultrasonic sounds, or bird for that matter. Well, I wouldn't have guessed that you know what the Koldomama Darkwa is. That's fair, it's just been a long time since my dark while hunting days. I once knew a group of young musicians who decided they didn't want to play music anymore and started looking for all kinds of interesting sounds instead. This was before, lost touch with them after all. All of that? That sounds so cool. Cool or not, one of them was obsessed with recording the Darkwa. He was one of those passionate people who know a lot about all things of strange things, so he got the rest of us to join in his search. And did you ever find it? We thought we did. We got together all these recordings of unusual sounds, patterns, compared them, cut them up and combined them into the Symphonia Coda Madakwa. Can I listen to it? Unfortunately, I don't have any recordings from my old life, none at all, but I do have a tape with some ultrasonic sounds that might be what you're looking for. He starts rummaging through some tapes behind the corner. Do we really have time for this? Yes, it's absolutely necessary for my research. He dusts off the tape, then takes out the tape and places it on a tape player. This recording comes from down the coast, wasn't looking to record anything specific, just left a recording device there one morning. Keep in mind I have to slow this one down enough to make sounds well over 200 kHz audible to the human ear. It will be strange. He switches on the tape player, the speakers begin to emit a low hum. As the hum grows louder, modulating, but always unnaturally, uncomfortably low, like it's coming not from the speakers, but also from inside your chest. Breathing is becoming difficult. There's a growing sense of dread. The sound is coming from inside you, but also surrounding you. It feels as though someone is standing just outside your range of vision and watching you, doing this to you. He nods to you reassuringly, just as more diverse, higher-pitched sounds, some random, some appearing to form patterns, hit your eardrums. Seabirds most likely, gulls and such. Seagulls? And skuas. A new, high-pitched, shivering sound comes from the speakers. That's it, the signal on the noise, the thin whisper. The low range of sounds is easier to handle with a focal point, but still troubling. You are mesmerized by the sounds, but also feel nausea welling up as the motive continues, then begins to recede, dissolving what must be the sound of water lapping at the bank. He switches off this tape player. Now that I have listened to it on these new speakers, it's not the Kodama Madakwa. Wrong pattern, wrong photons. Probably some insect trying to sing higher than its predators can hear. Still fascinating, aren't they? Early morning sounds. The boombox I bought, it should play this tape, right? Of course, it's in working order still, isn't it? Just pick your tape and set it spinning. It all starts with the tape. Okay, I got the boombox to play the thing. Let's go out of here. Okay, we're done here. We could now go south of here and cross the canal. Oh, we can't even talk to these. They're just here. They removed the sign and now that thing works again. Well, I assume... Oh, I could have taken the stairs. Like him. I assume the drawbridge is still closed. Yeah. Okay. Is that new? Plastic wrapped macaroni stamped with humanitarian aid. Humanitarian aid tuna fish, not for sale. Food gift from the people of Messina. Speakers from the people of Samara. Am I collecting? Yes, I'm collecting experience. Oh my god. It's so important to get that early. And I think I got it quite standard timed. Okay, next episode we will start off by talking to this guy and the racist guy, so we can figure out who of them is doing the drug trafficking. Then we're going back to the lady, speaking to her, getting the rest of the reality lowdown. And then we will explore the apartment up ahead, and then we'll go into the harbor, and if the day isn't over, then we go to the south. Sounds like a plan, doesn't it? Okay, have a nice day, see you tomorrow.